Attention passionate Seattle Seahawks fans. Latest news, something big is happening in the NFC West and it could change the game. We're talking about a direct impact on Seattle Seahawks' path to another Super Bowl run, a power shift that could leave a division rival stumbling for years. We're bringing this to you firsthand. But before that, if you're a true Seattle Seahawks fan, subscribe to the channel to strengthen this passion even more. Show that you're also part of this family. Let's help each other reach 1,000 subscribers. Share with your FRINDS and Seattle SEAHAWKS fans. Let's get to the news now, folks. If there's one thing I've learned in following this team for years, it's that the Seahawks are always looking to make bold moves, especially when it comes to building a resilient, dominant offensive line. And right now, whispers are getting louder about a potential blockbuster trade that could reshape our offensive front and give us that extra push towards championship contention. According to Diana Rossini and other insiders, there's serious buzz that the Seahawks are eyeing Quentin Nelson from the Indianapolis Colts in a trade that could send shockwaves through the NFC West. And let me tell you, this isn't just some rumor. There's substance behind these talks, and it makes a lot of sense for where Seattle is heading. So what's the story? Well, the Seahawks are reportedly exploring the idea of offering a second-round pick plus a rotational guard, possibly someone like Abraham Lucas, in exchange for Nelson. The goal: to solidify and elevate the offensive line, which has been a point of concern at times this season, especially with Abraham Lucas considered questionable due to injury. The Seahawks, with a solid cap space of around $24 million, have the resources and the motivation to make a splash, especially when you consider how much a player like Nelson could mean for our offense. The Colts, currently sitting at 6-7 and in transition with quarterback Anthony Richardson, are reportedly open to the idea, especially since they're prioritizing cap space, about $15 million, and looking to free up funds for secondary help and wide receivers. Now let's talk about Nelson himself, because this isn't just any guard. Quentin Nelson has been recognized as one of the top interior linemen in the NFL. At just 29 years old, he's already established himself as a dominant force with a PFF pass block grade of 91.5 this season, placing him among the top 3 guards in the league, according to NFL.com. His run blocking, an impressive 93.0, and he's only allowed 4 sacks on 700 snaps. That's elite protection for a quarterback like Geno Smith, who's been thriving this season. Nelson's career stats speak volumes. 105 games played, an EPA per block of plus 0.24, an 86% run-win rate, and generating an average of 4.6 yards after contact per interior rush. When he pulls, he's successful 91% of the time, powerful, reliable, and a true game changer. And here's the kicker: Nelson's injury history isn't a red flag, but more of a minor setback. He had a sprained ankle in Week 16, which caused him to miss a game, but overall, he's been remarkably durable, especially considering the wear and tear inside the trenches. His career has been marked by consistency and excellence, making him the kind of player who can anchor an offensive line for years to come. That's exactly what the Seahawks need right now, especially with the importance of protecting Geno Smith and establishing a strong running game that can take some pressure off the passing attack. Now, why does this make so much sense for Seattle? Well, look at the numbers. If we bring Nelson into the fold, along with Charles Cross, who's been playing at an all-pro level with a PFF grade of 88.9 in 2025, the Seahawks' offensive line could become one of the most formidable units in the league. Right now, we're allowing about 3.9 sacks per game, but with Nelson's addition, that number could drop to around 2.8 sacks allowed per game. That's a significant improvement, especially considering how much better our running game could become. Kenneth Walker III, already pushing for 200 yards this season, would have even more room to run, with yards per carry jumping from 4.2 to a solid 5.0. That kind of upgrade would make our offense more explosive and consistent. And don't forget, adding a player like Nelson isn't just about the immediate impact. It's about setting a foundation for future success. With Laken Tomlinson, who's been playing well with a PFF grade of 85.3, the Seahawks could develop a line reminiscent of the legendary 1990s Cowboys, powerful, resilient, and capable of dominating the trenches. That kind of line would be a nightmare for opposing defenses, especially against teams like the 49ers, who rely heavily on their front 7 to stifle offenses. A stronger, more cohesive offensive line would boost Geno Smith's protection by around 19%, giving him more time to find his receivers and make those explosive throws he's capable of. Now, let's talk about the broader impact. With Nelson anchoring the offensive line, the Seahawks' Super Bowl odds improve significantly. Currently sitting at plus 500, there's potential for that to move to plus 250, a huge boost in our championship hopes. Models are estimating about a 15% increase in our chance to win the NFC West and contend for the title, making us not just a playoff team, but a real contender. The added protection and run efficiency would also make us a nightmare in the trenches during playoff battles, especially against tough defenses like the 49ers, who are always looking to control the game with their front. This potential move isn't just about one player, though. It's about sending a message to the league. Seattle is serious about winning now and building a powerhouse that can sustain success for years. It's about creating a resilient, dominant offensive line that can withstand the best defenses and keep our offense rolling. Nelson's presence would elevate everyone around him: Charles Cross, Laken Tomlinson, and even the running backs, paving the way for a more balanced, dangerous team. Plus, it's a strategic move that aligns perfectly with our cap space and long-term plans, giving us the flexibility to continue building a championship-caliber roster. Looking back, the Seahawks have shown a knack for making bold moves at the right time. Remember the trade for Dwayne Brown back in 2017? That move boosted our run efficiency by 14%, and it paid huge dividends for our offense that season. Bringing Nelson into the fold could have a similar, if not greater, impact. His elite pass protection and run blocking could transform our offensive line into one of the league's top units, giving Geno Smith, Kenneth Walker, and the entire offense the stability they need to push us deep into the playoffs and beyond. In conclusion, this isn't just an off-season rumor or a pipe dream. It's a calculated move that could reshape the Seahawks' future. With Nelson's talent, experience, and proven dominance, we'd be setting ourselves up for sustained success. It's about resilience, power, and a relentless drive to bring the Lombardi Trophy back to Seattle. The fans, the city, and everyone who bleeds Seahawks blue and green should be excited about the possibilities. Because if this trade happens, it could be the start of a new era, one defined by a resilient, unstoppable offensive line and a team that's ready to chase glory. Pause here just for a second. If you want the YOUTUBE algorithm to keep recommending the latest Seattle Seahawks news to you, it's super important that you leave a like on this video. Go ahead, it's quick and it makes a big difference. Thank you. Now let us continue with the big reveal. And now, Seahawks fans, I want to hear from you. What's your take on this potential blockbuster? Do you think Quentin Nelson is the missing piece to push us over the top? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Your opinion matters so much to us and to the Seahawks. Remember, I'll be back soon with even more updates and insights, so stay tuned for all the latest Seahawks news. Let's keep the passion alive and get ready to cheer our team to victory.